What's going on, everybody? This is Big Joe, Recovery Champions. We are down here today at Dam Cummins Chevrolet in Paris, Kentucky. And this is actually my cousin, John Hinkson. He did a foundation here. It's called Selling Cars for a Cause. And he's actually donated to the Recovery Champions from the proceeds of his sale. It's went to help get more people into treatment, sober living home, and that's a huge mission of what Recovery Champions does. Is we go all over the country trying to help get people into recovery, into sober living homes. And I like to highlight, he's actually my very first guest on Let's Talk. And we are going around, we're going to start highlighting other nonprofits, other organizations that are out there simply trying to help people. So John, tell me, why did you start selling cars for a cause?
Well, Joe, first of all, I want to tell you I'm really proud of you, what you've done, your story. How you've gotten dug out and you're trying to help other people face their addictions, the things that you had to go through, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
It's great what you're doing. You're trying to reach out to other people, help them do things, and I'm excited about that. Same kind of like what you're doing. I worry about the community. There's a lot of people here that are hungry, kids. They don't have food, things like that. So, we started an organization, foundation, back in April of last year. I'd always donated, but I didn't have a way to do it officially, and we started a foundation. And what we do, we pick a group every month, and what we've been doing is like we help the backpack program where they give kids some food for the weekend when they go home. I've been really strong with the Kiwanis, the local Kiwanis club here in town, and they do great things. I mean, Pat Phipps over there, she does some amazing stuff. So we got a couple things going on. We're going to do this summer with her. Maybe have an outing with the kids and cook for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're looking really forward to doing that. So we talk about a lot of stuff. Christmas time was my favorite. I sponsored like 10 families, and then a couple on the side. They reached out to me through Facebook, social media, so powerful. I was able to just go and help some families have a Christmas. Those are a little unfortunate. But Joe, what you're doing. The recovery thing, I've got a story on my own self. I've got a son that's going through it. I don't know if I should say it, but anyway, it affects everybody's family. You affected our family when you were going through your crap. Big Joe. So
that'll be a couple episodes later. We'll get into that a little bit more.
So anyway, those are things that are affecting America right now. It's a crisis. I really believe it is. And what you're trying to do is it's amazing. And I support you 100%.
And thank you. And that's what all this is supposed to be about, is giving back and helping people, because it's not only is it a crisis, but we're actually dealing with what I like to call as a pandemic. Mm-hmm. If you actually look back, and I've done the research, if you look back how the Spanish flu went all across America, killed half the country. If you look how addiction has spread, the spread of opiates, fentanyl, carfentanil, it actually has started just like the Spanish flu. Mm-hmm. It has come into all of our port cities, and it is slowly spread through all the country. Mm-hmm. I mean, today alone here in our hometown, right here where we live, 4 people died yesterday.
Wow.
From fentanyl overdose. I mean, and it's every rural town, it's every major city, it's affecting everywhere. And what I like about what you're doing is it's giving hope. Mm-hmm. It's giving kids, it's giving these families and the other organizations, you're really dealing hope. Mm-hmm. And it's you're helping give back, and you're helping them achieve things they wouldn't be able to achieve without your help. And that's the reason why we really wanted to highlight you. Right. Not just because he's family. That might have a little bit to do with it. But it's if people don't know, that's one of the biggest things that I've seen is people don't know about the resources. Mm-hmm. They don't know there's other people out there that are trying to help. They don't know of resources. I know people in recovery or still in addiction, they don't even really know what help's available. And that's a big part of what Recovery Champions is trying to do, and that's what John is trying to do. He's helping to provide a resource for his local community. And that's what everyone should really look into doing some way or another. And that's, you guys hear me say it all the time, is give back, give back. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what John does. But try to find something to go do, to give back. If that is going to a homeless shelter and once a month and helping feed the homeless. If it's doing a coat drive for people in the winter. Or if it's simply volunteering your time for local kids that might be struggling through poverty. The parents could be in addiction. There's all kinds of things you can do and go out there and help. And what I'm asking every single one of you today is to find something to do every month. One new cause to go out there and help. So John, tell me, how can someone get a hold of you?
I mean, you can always reach out to me. I do sell cars here down Cummins, and there's always been a stigma about car salesmen. We're bad people, we're trying to rip you off, whatever. And I've been trying to change that perception.
Breaking the stigma.
Just doing things differently. I feel like when I walked in the doors here, I've been here almost 5 years, and I don't want to be that car salesman you see on those commercials with the plaid shirt on. Hey, I'm going to sell you this guy. No, I'm not like that. I'm completely the opposite. I provide a comfortable experience. I take care of my customers. I just want to change that. And part of that is I've been blessed that my income is quadrupled from what I used to in my previous career. So the more I thought about it, I was like, what can I do? I love my community. I love my little high school I went to, Paris High School. I'm proud of it. It's a small independent school. I think I graduated with 52 people. So I continuously give back to them. It's, I feel like those kids, we were always looked down upon. Did you go to Paris?
No, I was Bourbon County.
You're Bourbon County, but y'all look down on
County boy.
And so
I love you.
Everybody had this stigma, and it was more of a minority school. We had probably 30-40% black people there, and I just watched them grow up, and they were, a lot of them struggled. They didn't, their moms or dads may have been on drugs. I don't know. I didn't know at the time because I was so young, but I saw them struggle. They didn't have the nice clothes. They didn't have other things, and I just feel like their kids are still coming up through that school system, and they need a fighting chance, and any little thing I can do to help, I feel like it's important to them.
Oh, definitely.
And it makes me feel good too to help. I'm probably selfish like that because I like to give. I like to help out people, and that's one of the biggest things that I enjoy of all this. So I do it. I do it probably for a little selfish reasons because it makes me feel good. I like helping people.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I do it.
It does. I like to see people smile. I like when you're able to help another organization and those people are so thankful because they're giving their heart and soul and they cry. I've had people cry on me just because we made a donation of $500.
Well, look how many lives that's going to touch.
Right, and I didn't realize how passionate people who help others are, and they're very passionate.
Well, you trust me. You gotta love what you do to do this. Trust me, because it's when you go back and try to help people, and like you were saying, when the kids you went to school with, they were struggling on whatever their case may be. Mm-hmm. They don't know another way out. Mm-hmm. They're honestly out there. They're struggling on whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be anything about addiction. It could be poverty. It could be all different forms of stigma. We like to use the word stigma just for addiction. Mm-hmm. And that's a big thing that we've taken so far this year is stigma is not just with addiction. It's with mental health. It's with poverty. It's with racism. It's all these things, and it's when you actually try to break this and go back and say, look, there is a way out of whatever you've got going on. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to just survive through life as you can thrive.
Right.
And honestly, that's what you're showing people they can do.
Right. I didn't grow up rich by no means. We were kind of right there in the middle. We weren't poor, but we weren't rich by no means. But my parents taught me how to work hard.
Right.
Try to do the right things. I was a normal kid. Got in trouble all the time, stuff like that. But those things they instilled in me, especially my mother. She was very generous. She always was she always had compassion. If she saw something being wrong or done wrong to somebody, it bothered her, and I saw the pain in her face, and it rubbed off on me. My dad really didn't give a daggone. He was a hard butt, but I love him anyway. But Mom was, she was a little more caring, understanding. Gave people breaks. Dad, on the other hand, he was just a hard. You know my dad.
I know him. I know him.
But the thing about it is I learned that, and I'm so glad. I'm appreciative. I talked to my mom a lot, and she's proud that I'm doing what I'm doing, and I told her it's because of her. Her generosity,
That's
her
awesome.
compassion, her willingness, to help others, because she helps a lot of people.
I see a lot of her in you.
Yeah,
I do.
She helps a lot of people, man. She's an amazing woman, and I'm proud that I got her heart and her soul, and and it's helped me achieve things in my life.
And something I really want to highlight here about Dan Cummins, and we've got another guest, is that Dan Cummins is honestly a second chance employer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's giving people another shot. People can come here that maybe have had a checkered past, maybe not been the best person, might have been in addiction at one point in time, and once they've gotten their life back together through treatment, jail, whatever that might look like, they can come here and actually try to get a job, right? So not only is Dan Cummins here in Paris through you and what they do, and they also donate through the actual company themselves to help out causes. They're giving jobs to people, our brothers and sisters out there that are in recovery. And that's what would you like to introduce our other guest?
Yeah, I want to introduce you to a great friend. She started here about a year ago. Her name is Ericka Napier. She was Ericka something else, and she got married in between there. Great girl. She's making waves in sales. She's always in the top 5 in sales here at the store, which is hard to do. We move a lot of cars, and she just came into my life. She sat down the first couple of days when she was here, and she picked my brain, and we became good friends. And now she has joined my foundation. She's the treasurer of it, and I'm just so proud of her. Blessed to have her in my life. We've become like best friends. We talk. We eat breakfast every morning. Talk in the evenings. Just talk about our day and what we can do and things like that. Just trying to make each other better people, better for our company. So come on over, Ericka.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm better than I deserve.
Me
Thanks for
too.
being here, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 37 years old, and I have been...
She don't look it, but all right.
I have been sober, I'll be 7 years next month.
Hoorah! Hoorah!
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So I was a hairdresser for 16 years, and when I got sober,
Did you do anything with this?
when I got sober, I immediately went back to that career because that's what I'd always known. And then I woke up a year ago and said, I don't really think this is for me anymore. And my husband said, I mean, what do you want to do? You have to work. And I said, I think I want to sell
He
cars.
needs the money.
So, by a twisted turn of events, I ended up at Dan Cummins, which is exactly where I was supposed to be.
So how long have you been here?
A year.
I've been here a year. Like it?
I love it.
They've been very opening and encouraging. Do they? I guess they know your past, right?
Yes, when
Kinda,
I came
maybe,
to my
sorta?
interview, I brought my resume in one hand and my background check in the other.
That's what we do today, guys. That's what we do. So you had your struggles, you know,
Absolutely.
and then she was sharing with me before we started filming on how you had spent some time in jail and you've been through treatment, and so you were able to come here, and they were very opening and welcoming that you have changed your life and you're trying to better yourself.
Yes.
And they've encouraged you
100%.
the whole way through it.
150%.
What would you say if there's somebody that's going to watch this? What would you say to them? To encourage them to don't, just because you've had a checkered past, not to quit striving for the stars, just to keep going.
So I think along the way, like getting sober, I had all kinds of like these God moments where it was like nothing else. This situation can't be explained by anything other than God.
That's right.
And I always sought that next God moment, like whatever it was going to be, and I didn't know what it was going to be, but if I put one foot in front of the other, I knew there was going to be another one of those moments, right? So when I got sober, I had lost my kids to social services, and my kids have different dads. So my little boy, I was the lesser of the two evils in the parents,
Okay.
right? So I got him back pretty quickly. But my daughter, it was a different story. And so I kept striving for that relationship. That was one thing that I just kept striving for the whole way through. And this is crazy, but she trusted me, but I couldn't be a full-time parent to her 4 days a month.
Right.
And so she trusted me, she loved me, but she was still skeptical of me, if that makes sense.
No, I get that because I went through that with my son.
So when I came, and I think I was just doing the same thing over and over, like going to work every day as a hairdresser, and there wasn't anything that greatly changed in that first few years of sobriety. Like
Right.
we might have moved into a little bit bigger of an apartment, or just
No, I get that.
menial things. But when I came to Dan Cummins, and I put my whole heart and soul into it, and she saw that. And I was here 5 months, and she called me and she said, "Come pick me up."
Okay.
And I said, "Hold on, let me find my keys."
Do the horn sounded, you on your way.
Yeah, and I was crying, and I couldn't get out the door fast enough, and what if she changes her mind before I get there? But this career change for her, this was a God moment for my entire family, for myself, for my son, for my husband, and for my daughter.
Awesome.
And it was biggest for my daughter because she saw something like I wasn't letting go. I was going to grab onto something and I wasn't letting go. And it finally gave her the confidence to say, "Come get me." And so I picked her up October 10th of last year, and she's been with me ever since. And
Oh, right.
I give 100% credit. I give 100% credit to the foundation that I've been able to build at Dan Cummins in my own self and my whole entire life that has built around it.
So would I be safe in saying that recovery gave you the cornerstone to start building stuff on?
Absolutely.
The treatment, and then this Dan Cummins here has helped you start building your house.
Right. Absolutely.
That's awesome. That is great.
Absolutely. And then John, I called John one morning and I said, I give back, and that's my thing, is to like help people, right? Because I've been there. I've been at the bottom of the barrel. I have been at the bottom of the barrel because of decisions that I made myself, and then I was also a single mom for the first 6 years I was sober, so yeah, it sucked really bad.
Bless her heart. Somebody say a prayer for her.
Yeah. And so I was like, I want to help you. I want to help selling cars for a cause. I want to grow it. I want to help. And he was like, "Really?" And I said,
Really?
"Yeah." And he said, "Let's do it."
And now we're here. So how long have you been a part of selling cars for a cause?
I mean, effectively maybe like a month, but really probably several months,
Okay.
like trying to help out and be there. And John and I have been, when I came to Dan Cummins, it was like immediately I was like, I want to know what you know, because you're like, you want to learn from the best, right? If you're going to learn something, you want to
Look,
learn
his
from
head's
the
big
pro.
enough. But no, I give him that. I mean, John's come in here and he's crushed it. I mean, he's literally, what are you? Number one guy?
I don't know.
So I've been right on his heels for the past year, though. I've chased him for the whole year. I don't think I've ever passed him yet, though. I'm still working on it.
And sometimes, guys, and I'm going to dig in on here, sometimes the student does surpass the master, but we will see, right? More will be revealed, right?
Right.
But what else would you, if somebody watches this, right, and they are out there struggling right now, and they see you, they hear about how you were in addiction, and you had to go through jail and all your trials and tribulations, but look at you now. If you could tell them one thing, what would it be?
And this sounds so cliche, but do the next right thing.
There's nothing cliche about it.
I know that people say that all the time, and I remember people saying that when I first got sober, and I was like, God, would you please just shut up? I don't even know how to do the next thing.
I feel that way.
I don't know how to do the next thing, let alone the next right thing. But do the next right thing, put one foot in front of the other, and those footsteps end up building up.
Amen.
Perfect.
And that's so when if you're out there struggling and you come across this show, and if you've ever been in a 12-step fellowship meeting before, you hear all these cliches. One day at a time, keep doing the next right thing. There's so many of them. I mean, there's a reason why they're all over the walls, but they are so true. If you just do the next right thing, it doesn't have to be start a foundation or go out there and help the homeless. It could simply be just don't use or drink today. And
ask for help.
Yes.
I was the worst to ask for help.
We don't like to do that. No. We don't like to do that.
I have way too much pride. I'm super independent, and I didn't want to ask anybody for help. And I remember being, I went through the Chrysalis House in Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm forever grateful for those women that showed me how to get where I am right now. But there was like coping skills. There was like,
oh yeah,
2
you had to learn
pages
how to live.
Them. And the first one was ask for help, and I was like, I'm not asking anybody for crap.
I don't know about that. Well, and that's something we really try to teach people, just in general, is that asking for help is a more stronger move than not asking for help. I mean, honestly, you are so much stronger if you just reach out and say, I can't do this. Whatever it is, if you need to get into recovery, if you need to find a job, whatever you want to do in life, just like what she did. She wanted to succeed. She wanted to thrive, not just survive. So she found somebody that had what she wanted. So that's the reason why she approached John. She's here selling cars. He's a beast, so why not learn from the best, right? So that's what you have to do in life, is you have to be willing to come out of yourself, drop the ego, drop the pride, because they ain't going to do nothing but kill you. And say, hey, look, I need help today. And whatever that is, if you're out there and you're working a job and you've never dealt with addiction, but every day you go home and you're sitting there in front of the TV, which I'm going to suggest against that unless you're watching my show, is you're wasting your time. If you want more out of life, if you want to step up and become greater, then you have to learn to step outside yourself, and the person that has what you want, go ask them, say, how'd you do it? Can you help me? Now, sometimes, and I'm going to keep it real with you, sometimes they're going to say no because they don't want to see you become better. But if you keep reaching out and you keep asking, you're going to find that person just like she did, just like I did, that's going to show you how to do it. So don't ever stop reaching out. Now, guys, and if you want to come back in here, just scoot in here.
That's all right.
No. So, guys, tell me, how can someone get a hold of you all?
Guys, we're here at Dam Cummins every day. We're off Thursdays. We happen to have same days off. Ericka, tell them your phone number.
859-771-8096. I'm on Facebook, Ericka Napier.
You can reach me, 859-707-8618. We both are really on social media. Her more than me. I'm kind of shy when it comes to all that stuff. But
we also have a Facebook page for the foundation, Selling Cars for a Cause, so you can go look that up on Facebook and like our page and see what's going on too.
Yeah, we're going to start updating. We're going to get a little more. We've been so busy this month. It's been a crazy month. We need to sit down and talk and put some more pictures up, talk about what we're thinking about doing, our plans coming up. We're going to have a little board meeting here soon, aren't we? And we're going to drop some plans. We got some things that we want to accomplish. You know, there's a lot to do here in the community. She's from, actually, her ties are in Winchester, so we're going to spread out a little bit more. And we just got a lot of things that we're thinking about doing, you know, and we're here. If you want a good experience, get in a car, either contact either one of us. We make it easy, no pressure, just a good experience buying a car. I mean, I feel like she's learned a lot from me, and I've learned a lot from her, and you know, we want a customer to come in, and if they're purchasing a car, we want it to be relaxed, no pressure, just truthful, honest, give you a good deal. That's it. That's all we do, and that's what we do every day. So come see us. Everything that we do, we donate $10 from each sale. So the more we sell, the more we can get back. So, you know, $10, you know, we're trying to hit 40 right now. We're trying to hit 40. That's $800 we can contribute next month. So come out and see us. You know, we have to sell these cars. You know, 40 cars is a whole lot. We can do a lot in the community. And I know Ericka, I'm so proud of her. She's grown just in this year. She's gonna catch me. She's gonna pass me up one of these days. I know she is. I'm getting old, man. I'm 52. I'm 52. I get tired. She's gonna get me. And it's all right. You know, that's part of me too. Helping out a coworker, you know, that I didn't have to help her. I could have been selfish and not told her what to do or anything like that, but I didn't feel like that with her. She's genuine, she's honest, and I'm just proud to know her as a friend and a coworker.
That's awesome, guys. And look, if you're gonna buy a car, which most of us do at some point in our life, see, he's getting old, his knee got it.
Oh gosh.
Is and you also want to be able to give back. I want you to holler at either one of these guys. They're going to help you. They're going to make sure you get the best deal you can get, and they're going to be able to help somebody else with giving you that great deal. And guys, if you're out there struggling and you need help, if you, your loved one, your friend down the street, or the homeless guy underneath the bridge, if they're struggling and they want help, I want you to reach out to me. You can, Big Joe, Recovery Champions. You can call me at 859-707-3864. You can go to the website, recoverychampions.org. You can reach me on Facebook, Recovery Champions or Recovery Warriors. I'm on Instagram, Big Joe Recovery Champion. I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. So there's no reason, there's no way you cannot get a hold of me. So feel free to reach out, give out my information, have them watch the show. And they might gain some inspiration, some motivation, and decide they want to change their life. I want to thank you guys for coming on. It was a true honor. Thank you so much.
Hey, Joe, always a pleasure.
And everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. This is Big Joe. Let's talk. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.